Although one of the smallest states in America, New Jersey has the highest concentration of cryptid sightings in the US. Like some other places, New Jersey is a magnet for activity that's strange, to say the very least. However, I've managed to narrow the list down to these 5 coastal creatures. Number 5 is the Newton Lafayette Gatorman. In the 1970s, residents of the area reported seeing a man-like creature with scales and the head of an alligator. A local journalist who covered the story compared the creature to an enduring Native American legend about a giant, man-sized fish that could never be caught. Perhaps what makes the New Jersey Gatorman stand out the most amongst the other lizardmen that have been seen is the fact that its existence was publicly acknowledged by a state employee. The statement came in 1977 when New York City conservation naturalist Alfred Holstruck reported that the state's southern tier was the apparent home of a scaled, man-like creature which appears at dusk from the red algae-infested waters to forage among the ferns and moss-covered uplands. Although this is the only official comments in regards to the New Jersey Gatorman, the simple fact that a city official publicly acknowledged the creature's existence has to say something for its credibility. Next up is the Griggstown cow. The Griggstown cow differs from the rest of this list as it is a former cryptid, since it has been confirmed to exist. For 30 years, there had been a legend of a ghost cow that wandered the areas around the Millstone River floodplain in Griggstown. The cow was seen many times, but only on foggy nights or other times of poor visibility, and many tales were told by local hunters and hikers along the canal path. No spoor or tracks were ever found. Some fuzzy photographs were even taken, but they were all inconclusive. At the time, the area was mostly suburban homes and open fields, and the canal became a state park and walking trail, so reports of a lone, ownerless cow wandering a suburban park for decades were greeted with suspicion by local authorities. The town became known as a sort of Loch Ness Monster of New Jersey, and believed to be a myth, much like some other residents of this list. This changed on November 23, 2002, when a New Jersey Water Authority employee phoned the DNR Canal Park office and reported that he had not only seen the Griggstown cow, but that it was lying in a ravine not far from the canal. Employees of Griggstown Fire Department, the state park, and the New Jersey Fish and Wildlife Service were dispatched, and to their surprise they found a very old, weather-beaten bull that met the description of the ghost cow. The cow seemed mysterious because it was only spotted on days of poor visibility. Presumably, the Griggstown cow's failing eyesight was responsible for the few recorded sightings. It probably just couldn't see as well on foggy days and was less likely to notice encroaching humans before they spotted it. The bull had fallen into the ditch and was either too old or too arthritic to get out. There had been no dairy farms in the area for decades, and no one had reported any missing livestock. The only answer was that this bull had been living in the floodplain all this time, since the days when it was a dairy farming area, foraging for food and avoiding human contact, for over 3 decades. 3 is the white stag. Although the Pine Barrens have the reputation of being dangerous, not all stories of strange creatures lurking there are wicked. In the days when people relied on horses for transportation, a stagecoach traveling through the Pine Barrens near dusk was caught up in a rainstorm. The driver, making his way toward a tavern on the other side of the well-used Quaker Bridge, pulled the stage to a stop, which didn't help the mood of his already tired and pretty frustrated passengers. The coach driver stopped because of an enormous white stag that blocked his way. The stagecoach's horses, frightened to almost the point of panic, were nearly too much for the driver to handle, and he grabbed his rifle to be rid of the deer. When the driver's feet hit the muddy road and he approached the creature, it turned and disappeared into the woods. At closer inspection of where the deer stood, The driver discovered it had blocked the coach's passage onto the bridge that had been washed away by the swollen river. To this day, if Hunter sees a white stag in the Pine Barrens, he lets it be. Next is Big Red Eyes. Back in the 1970s, residents of the mountainous, wooded area of northwest New Jersey became aware of something strange in the forest. Something big, something hairy, something loud. According to a report by CBS 2 in New York, this beast has a reputation. Comes out at night with big red eyes. Alex Zanarowitz of Newton told CBS 2, people call it Big Red Eyes. Witnesses claim this creature, a New Jersey Bigfoot, is well over 6 feet tall, weighs about 400 pounds, and can emit a scream that will freeze your blood. In the CBS 2 report, Tom Card, a retired forest ranger, heard the shriek while in the woods over 40 years ago. The scream sent him and 2 other rangers, who were both armed, running from the trees. It was a wailing, howling kind of a scream, Card said in the report. They were a little unnerved because they had never heard anything like this either. Neither Card nor the 2 other rangers returned to that section of the forest. Could Bigfoot be hiding in New Jersey? With more than 2 million acres of forest land in the state, I wouldn't be shocked. Number 1 is the legendary Jersey Devil. Could it have been anyone else? According to popular folklore, the Jersey Devil originated with a Pine Barren resident named Jane Leeds, known as Mother Leeds. Legend states that Mother Leeds had 12 children, and after finding that she was pregnant for the 13th time, cursed the child in frustration, crying that the child would be the devil. During 1735, Mother Leeds was in labor on a stormy night while her friends gathered around her. Born as a normal child, the 13th child changed to a creature with hooves, a goat's head, bat wings, and a forked tail. Growling and screaming, it beat everyone with its tail before flying up the chimney and heading off into the pines. In some versions of the tale, Mother Leeds was supposedly a witch, the child's father, the devil himself. Some versions of the legend also state that there was subsequently an attempt by a local clergyman to exorcise the creature from the Pine Barrens. Regardless of the beast's origins, it has been cited by countless people over the years, including Napoleon Bonaparte's brother, Joseph. This all came to a head in 1909 during what is now known as Jersey Devil Week, with over 1,000 sightings across the state. Do you agree with my list? Would you have changed the order or added any other Garden State gremlins? Let me know in the comment section below.